Welcome back, everybody, to this, is it a mepisode? No, it's Music Mindfulness. Too many things in my mind at once. All right. I want to thank you for being here again and joining me on this Sunday service, a community service of Kalani Music, the World Drum Club YouTube channel. For now, we might move that a little bit later, and I'll tell you more about that later. But I want to welcome you. Today's theme is gratitude. And it's a theme that I'm sure you're well aware of. But this time of year, holiday season, there's so many things that we can do to spread good cheer. And I think one of them is to maintain a sense of gratitude and appreciation for all of the abundance, all of the gifts of life, in life, and of life. And, you know, I'm a big fan of just focusing on the simple act of being grateful and feeling through feeling beingness, and just appreciating the fact that you are alive, that you have a life to live, which most of the universe doesn't. You know, most of the planet Earth is not alive. All the stuff here, it's all the same stuff, you guys. It's all made out of the same stuff, but a very, very tiny part of it is even animated at all. And then, now I know some of you will say, well, on the microscopic quantum level, everything is moving, and it's mostly space. No, I know that. We get that. But what I'm saying is there's a difference between a rock and even a tree and you. So nothing against rocks and trees. But to have a life where you're, you know, aware of your life, where you can move, you're mobile, you have many senses that you can use, with all of this experience coming into your awareness. I mean, what an amazing, amazing gift that is. And, you know, we do celebrate that usually one day a year on something called our birthdays. But the fact that you were birthed, I think, is cause for gratitude every day, every single day. And not only that, but to congratulate and celebrate those who are on this journey with you for this period of life. Of course, life will go on, hopefully, for millennia once our individual lives are over. But why not just really appreciate it so much while you have this opportunity, and not get caught up in the drudgery or the idea, I would even say the false pretense that life is about you know, working and achieving and gaining and having, and, you know, those are all fine things. There's nothing wrong with working and gaining and achieving and having, certainly. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. However, we don't want to let the earning, you know, gaining status, whether that's through, you know, accolades or titles or money in the bank. We don't want to let that achievement work get in the way of simple appreciation and basically happiness. I like to use the term contentment over happiness. Happy is kind of more of a mood, right? You can be happy, and then you can very easily be unhappy or sad. So happiness to me is kind of a temporary state, whereas contentment, you know, and there are many words. Gratitude is certainly one attitude that you can have. But certainly we could feel content most of the time, hopefully, even when our mood doesn't match. So even if we're sad, we could still be content or somewhat overall satisfied with the state of things, even though we have daily things that might change, you know, hour to hour. That's not the point, right? The point is overall, how are we doing? Overall, you know, how is your mood? How are you maintaining your feeling state? Personally, I like to be mindful of my, interactions, my actions and interactions with others, so that I can maintain an overall feeling of wellness and gratitude. And I know myself, and I know, I've been alive long enough to have a pretty good grasp of the types of things that I can do and the types of situations that I want to put myself in or avoid. I either want to move towards certain things or away from certain things. And that's my job, to manage my situation in life, and it's also my job to take responsibility for the things that I do, the words that I say, the things that I put out there, and to do the best I can. And also, while we're on that subject, it reminds me of the four, is it the four agreements? Now I'm Miguel Ruiz, right? Do your best, and then don't beat yourself up if you didn't get life perfect, because it is not a performance, right? It's not even a rehearsal. It's just you do the best you can. So getting back to the theme of gratitude, I'm grateful for my mistakes because they teach me. Those are my teachers. I'm grateful for the arguments I get in with people sometimes because I learn things about them. I learn things about myself. Everything expands my scope of experience and awareness, and hopefully I learn and I become wiser. Yeah, while we're on that subject of becoming, I want to throw an idea out for your consideration, and that is, we have this kind of, I won't call it a meme, but let's just say it's a construct, it's an idea of the enlightened one, right? The enlightened, like the Buddha, right? Let's take the Buddha, or any enlightened teacher, any, you could use the word Messiah, or that somehow, there are these people that go through life and then suddenly something shifts, something changes, and now they're enlightened, and now everything they do is spot on, right? Perfect. I'm not sure that's the best way, or that's the most functional way to think about your own goals. I think for me, it's not about becoming enlightened. I think that's maybe a little bit of a false idea. For me, it's about increasing moments of enlightenment. Sometimes we have a little moment of heightened awareness, heightened sense of, things. We have the feeling of connectedness, of oneness, and we just have a glimpse. It's like we're jumping, we just see over the wall for a second, or out of our box, right? We can just see, and then we kind of maybe fall back down a little. And to me, the goal is not that I'm going to be going along and suddenly a switch is going to get flipped and now I'm enlightened and now I'm done. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm enlightened. Hooray, congratulations to me. I don't think it works like that. I think we're just looking for more moments that feel like we've made some progress, and it's just an enlightened moment. And we are enlightening as we live. And part of our enlightening is attitude of gratitude, because that will push us in the right direction, being grateful for everything we have in our lives. Certainly, there are many things that I'm grateful for. I'll name a few, and you can think about the things you are grateful for. I'm, of course, grateful just to be alive, just to have an opportunity to live and experience things. I'm so grateful to be in generally good health, of course. I know many of you may not feel like you are in good health, or you may not be in very good health at all, and I wish you well. I hope that even though we all have aches and pains and we have troubles to get through, that we do it with grace and gratitude still. And we do the best we can, and we're just grateful for the moments of laughter and joy and happiness and, the feeling of lightness, even though they might be intermittent. I'm certainly grateful for my relationships, my family, friends, and the community. Amazing. Not that we don't have arguments, not that we don't have things to work out. Of course we do. That's largely, the stuff of life, kind of solving problems and working through things. That's okay. Doesn't mean anything's wrong. certainly grateful for being a musician and being self-employed and a freelancer and able to create and do largely what I choose to each and every day. That I'm not going to call it a gift because I earned that. I worked hard for that. Many years of uncertainty and, just perseverance and tenacity and deciding that's what I want to do. So I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm so grateful to be able to do what I do and make a living. And then and that also relates to being asked to give workshops and teach people online and in person. And I'm always honored and grateful for those opportunities, which I do get. And I'm just really glad to be able to do that. I'm grateful for being able to overcome dyslexia from when I was younger and have authored many books somehow with the help of people who are very talented and in many ways, brighter than I am in certain areas, and to be able to do that. So I appreciate that. I'm so grateful for the instrument makers, the people who craft with love and intention and skill the instruments that I'm able to use and bring you music and create. Very grateful for them, because without the instrument makers, we musicians really don't have a voice. We have a different voice. We have our own voice and our bodies and things, but our voices get expanded and deepened and broadened in so many ways, in every direction, with the instruments. So I'm really grateful for that. And I'm grateful for you, for being here, for watching, for paying attention, for considering, for making an attempt to, I think, do a little bit better, because that's what this series is about, Music Mindfulness series, about being a musician and a mindfulness practitioner and folding those practices together, because I think they just make each other better. And why not? Why not leverage music, the many lessons and experiences of the musician, and I mean that in a total holistic way, the musician, from the person who may not play an instrument but is so musical and tuned in, listening and appreciating, the world, the sound environment, and even beyond sound, because I don't think music just ends with sound. I think there's a lot more to it, including the feelings and the just textures, and it relates to everything. Being in nature and hearing, listening to nature as a symphony of sound and as a piece of music, and the sounds throughout your daily life. So you don't have to be an instrumentalist to be a musician, I don't think. But then, of course, the many lessons that we learn in music, listening, creating, relating, interacting, taking on different roles, letting things go in the moment, making the little mistakes and bobbles and letting them roll through, or recycling them and using them to create and spin off, something else, and taking the turn that we didn't expect and turning that into the main road, so the offshoot becomes the on-ramp. So all of those kinds of things as a musician, that we can then apply to our daily living as a skill, as a way to improve the way we relate to other people, the relationships that we create and nurture and modify over time and form, in the way that we would like to form them, so we can feel the way we want to feel. Because, my friends, to me, and you can consider this as well, rather than thinking about life as a goal of, achievements that you can put on the shelf or have in your bank account or have in your house and have in your driveway and have in your safe, rather than thinking about those goals. And again, you can do that, nothing wrong with it. It doesn't make you a bad person to covet things. However, if I was going to covet anything, it would be a feeling, if it would be a feeling. That's what I want. I want to feel good. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel gratitude. Those are the things that are most valuable to me. And why shouldn't they be? They're the things that are literally inside of me. They're closest to me. All the other stuff, which I have a lot of, the stuff, you know, those are out there. They're away from me. But what's happening inside here, that's what I covet the most. That's what I want to nurture. And that's the most important thing to me. And I don't need the stuff to do that. And I think that's at the root of gratitude. It should be at the root of gratitude. It's not dependent on things. It's a goal of feeling. It's a feeling goal. All right, so let's get back to the music. I have a couple really wonderful E minor, G major flutes over here. And I'll play these for you a little bit more. Maybe I'll do a solo with this one. This is just a beautiful triple flute made by a flute maker named Nash. And it's a kind of in a Aztec or pre-Columbian, we call these, style. It's clay. And let me see if I can give you the overhead view. I know it's not quite in focus. How about this one? Can you all see that? There we go. Beautiful flute. It's a little challenging for me to play, but I'll give you a sample solo, and then I'll fire up the ukulele and the bongos and other instruments and play some music in celebration of everything I just talked about, and we'll see what happens. But I want to thank you again for being here, and of course you can connect with me more at patreon.com/Kalani on the music side of things, and then just here on the mindfulness side of things. I hope you consider what we've talked about today, and I hope it's helpful. And if it is, you know, share this video with anyone you think it could also be helpful to. And that way, you know, we all benefit, right? The more we share, the more we all have. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Happy holidays. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Music Mindfulness. I'm Kalani Das, and today's theme is gratitude. Go out and create and show as much gratitude as you can. It's great to have gratitude. It's better to give it away. And when you give it away, you will get more coming in. So you will never run out. Don't worry about it. Give it away and get more. Thanks for tuning in. You can see me at kalanimusic.com. You can email me from there and support this work at patreon.com/Kalani. If you like, please like and share, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next week.